Alright, what's going on, guys? Top of the morning. It's Saturday, just woke up. Gonna make some coffee and then edit the back video for you guys. Top of the morning, peace. Alright, what's going on, guys? My name is Garrett. It is Friday night, 7 o'clock. Just pulled up to the gym. Rainy Friday night, I might add. We're about to hit a back workout. So the idea for the video is to walk you guys through basically like 2 or 3 movements that I do for back and then hit some arms at the end. Unfortunately, my phone's only at 20% right now, so I'm not sure how much I'll be able to record because my phone's probably gonna die. But yeah, today's been a good day. Should be an even better night. Friday night, nobody's in the gym, easy to record. It's back day. You know, back is probably my favorite muscle group to hit because you walk around just feeling massive, right? Especially when you get a nice back pump going. Probably finished the workout with arms. Took 6 grams of L-citrulline, 5 grams of creatine, and we're about to go get a nasty pump going. So I will see you guys in the gym. All right, so first set in the books. We're about to do second warm-up set. We'll probably do, I don't know, 3 or 4 of these, and it's the same routine basically every time, 5 different exercises.
Okay, so back with the little voiceover here. I only recorded 1 of these sets, so I figured I would just talk about it real quick with you guys and show you what I do. And obviously this clip is sped up, but it's a lot of reps, so I got some time to talk. 5 different exercises, and I do this basically every time I'm in the gym, or at least some variation of it. Pull-ups, planks, push-ups, elbow planks, and then usually hanging leg raises. And when I'm doing the planks, in order to count the reps, I'm always taking a breath in through my nose and out through my mouth. Then I consider that 1 repetition. And the goal is basically to have my breath under control once I finish all of the reps and not be dead. So I kind of like that breath work aspect of it and gets the blood going. So do a few of these sets basically every time I'm in the gym, and that's how I start my workouts.
All right, so that's the routine. Pull-ups, straight arm planks, push-ups, elbow planks, and then usually hanging leg raises, sometimes knees to chest. All right, 4 sets down, about to move to some pull downs. Yeah, I don't know how I want to explain this machine yet, to be honest. So basically, whenever you're finishing the contraction of a back movement, you want your scapula retracted and your chest out. So that's how I'm going to finish every rep here, just like you should for literally every back movement. But other than that, in order to get a few more reps, be a little bit stronger, instead of grabbing the bar with just your fingertips, kind of hook your entire hand over the bar. Other than that, you know, let's get it. Rookie mistake. All right, let's get going. First decently heavy set, first set above the body weight.
So probably not the best angle for you guys to see kind of where I'm pulling with my back, but here in a second I get a different angle and hopefully you guys can see it a little bit better of where I'm pulling to finish the movement.
The only other thing I would say about your technique is focus on pulling from your elbows.
Okay, so not too much time to talk in this clip, but visually you can kind of see where I'm pulling. Somewhere basically to my chest, focus on pulling with your elbows, and then when you're finishing the movement, finish with your scapula retracted.
Hopefully a better angle for you guys. All right, probably 1 or 2 heavy sets, 4 plates on each side. I don't think I'll go up, but stay here for at least 2 sets.
So I went back to this angle mainly because I didn't want to put my phone right in front of another rowing machine. You know, I wanted to leave it open just in case somebody wanted to use it. So I resulted back to this angle.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah, nice meeting you. Yeah.
Okay, so getting ready to do the last heavy set here. And a tip for you guys when you're trying to pull down the weight is make sure that your knees are pretty far under the platform. So that way you don't struggle getting the weight down if you're using something heavier than your body weight.
All right, so one of the most common mistakes I see people making with rowing machines in general is just bringing their elbow back too far. When you're finishing the contraction of the movement, you just want your shoulders, to still be basically parallel, not one so far in front of another. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so that really doesn't apply to bilateral movements, but when you're doing single arm movements, which I do later in this video, much more prevalent, you don't want to be pulling one side of your like scapula back way further than the other. So when you're doing single arm movements, focus on keeping your shoulders parallel.
Just like every other back movement, finish with your scapula retracted. Then when you're doing the stretch of the movement, roll your shoulders forward. I'm really not sure if I want to go heavier or go to this other rowing machine. Do one more and switch it. If I recorded all my lifts and all my bottle flips in my days, I'd have a sick montage. Last set here, and then we're gonna do a different rowing machine.
Okay, so in this set, you guys will notice the last few reps are a little bit different than the first few. I'll keep my chest a little bit closer to the bench. That way I can target more of my upper back and my rear delts. And that's kind of what it looks like.
All right, so I'm thinking this should be a decent angle to show you guys what I mean when I say finish with your shoulders basically parallel.
Okay, so in reality, probably not the best angle, but I think 2 or 3 more sets here. And on one of the sets, I get an angle that shows you guys kind of a little bit more of what I'm talking about.
All right, so I'm trying to go decently fast so that my phone doesn't die. But do 1 to 2 more heavy sets here. I'm thinking pull downs, and then we start arms. Which is basically just getting a pump, having some fun. But first, 2 heavy sets.
Okay, so these aren't the most slow and controlled reps, but that's not really the point here. I'm training for strength, so specifically on this exercise, I'm just trying to be explosive with the weight. And, you know, towards the end of the workout, when I'm focused on hypertrophy, that's when I'll go more slow and controlled. But when I'm going heavy, I'm just focused on being explosive and making the muscle work.
All right, 1 more real heavy set. All right, last set, heaviest set. Hoping to get like 5 to 8, I don't really know. And you guys notice I dip my shoulder when I'm stretching. I don't really know how else to explain it.
Okay, so this was the angle I was talking about. Hopefully it's more clear for you guys to see what I mean when I'm talking about pulling and making sure you're finishing with your shoulders parallel. But I'll just let you watch it.
All right, that's it for the heavy sets. Good mornings, whatever you want to call them, supersetted with some shrugs. Try to get a better angle for the shrugs. So I'm sure you guys probably couldn't even see them, to be honest. Probably 4 supersets.
Okay, so I'm just going to hop on here and kind of walk you guys through my supersets. I did quite a few supersets. I think I ended up doing a total of 4. And whenever I start going light on back movements or doing like accessory back movements, generally I'm supersetting, just to get blood into the muscle. But yeah, so we're doing shrugs and good mornings or pullovers, whatever you want to call them. One thing that's helped me grow my traps and get them a little bit more defined is going pretty light. So cable shrugs rather than barbell shrugs have helped me a lot. And then good mornings here, you guys will notice my palms are up or in a supinated position. And I've only been doing this for the past month. Generally speaking, my palms are down or in a pronated position, however you want to say it. But, just little tweaks like that can make a big difference in your training. So if you're not feeling it, maybe switch it up. I feel like when I'm doing the good mornings and my palms are up, I get a really good stretch doing it that way. I don't want to say a better stretch, but I think it's probably something you should definitely try if you've been doing palms down for a while. Another thing is, once I move on to my accessory movements for back, I'll do as much or as little as I want. I could finish with the strength training and be done with back, move straight on to biceps. But here is kind of just like messing around. I enjoy getting a pump in the muscle, doing a little bit of lighter work and hypertrophy work.
All right, one more set. And honestly, I want to do an overhand grip on this now because it's kind of hurting my wrist pulling that way. But I like the stretch, so we'll do one more. All
right, so 2 more things I just wanted to mention is when you're getting the stretch, make sure that you're stretching your lats. That's the main thing you want to be stretching when you're doing this movement. And then finishing the contraction in comparison to being supinated rather than pronated. When I'm pronated and I have my palms down, I'm able to get a little bit of a better contraction. But the supinated position, I'm able to get a better stretch. So I kind of go back and forth with the 2. Little nip action.
All right, I'm thinking some biceps and then maybe some triceps at the end. But I'll start with some single arm preacher curls. Probably my favorite bicep movement.
Okay, so if you guys have seen any of the other videos when I'm using this platform and doing single arm preacher curls, is I always support the hand that's doing the curls or the bicep that's doing the curls with the other hand. That way I can use the other hand as much as I need to in order to finish the rep. I also feel like it adds a bit of stability, so I'm able to isolate my bicep a little bit better. And then it also allows you to go past failure because once your bicep fails, you can use your other hand to help as much or as little as you need. So just a little tip and something that you guys should definitely, try incorporating. And then one other thing I'm going to say is in terms of finishing the contraction of the movement, focus on pulling your pinky to the outside of your shoulder. I feel like that's a really good aiming point. Okay, probably the last thing I'll hop on here and say is don't let somebody tell you that there's only one way to do a particular movement. Right here, I'm going like 3/4 of the way down. I could go all the way down. I could go halfway down. It doesn't really matter as long as I'm getting a stretch and a squeeze in my bicep. So do what feels right to you and, just keep pushing yourself.
I feel like I'm able to, obviously it's an isolation movement, but I'm able to isolate my bicep really well, so I like it. In comparison to like concentration curls or something like that. I like preachers better.
Always making little adjustments. So just moving the seat up one notch and having the platform a little bit more in my armpit, I feel like it supports my arm a little bit better. So I'm able to get not necessarily a better contraction, just maybe a little bit of a different one and a little bit of a different squeeze. So if you don't feel it or your mind muscle connection isn't really the best, always be tweaking your setup to see if you can find something better.
Also, I don't know what it is about this machine, but I always start thinking of food when I'm on it, or what I'm gonna eat.
I think it's probably because I know I'm at the end of my workout.
Ooh.
All right, so these felt extremely heavy, only 70 pounds, but I was going pretty fast just because I wanted to get as much footage as I could before my phone died. But we do 2 sets here, and then we finish the bicep workout with some hammer curls.
All right, last 2 sets. Hammers. Forwards are a little heavy for the end of the workout, to be honest. That's the whole point, though, All right, last set for the arm pump. I can't believe my phone lasted this long, to be honest. What up, dog? Go ahead, hit another flex on him. No, I'm here. Recording today. A little back and bicep action.
Okay, so that last clip that you guys saw was basically the end of the workout for me. My phone died, so I didn't record like the last 2 supersets that I did. But it was just supersetting biceps and triceps, nothing special. It is Saturday around 12:30 right now. Just finished making the cuts of the video. Still need to do a voiceover, and then I'll post it after that. I'm not really sure what the next video is going to be. Probably another workout video. But I need to start working on putting together different programs. The idea is to have multiple free programs for people to follow. So I want to start filling those out and having those on an app. That way I can communicate with people that actually want to follow them and then hopefully do some training. But yeah, if you stuck around to the end of the video, thank you. Peace.